There is, of course, a risk that we come out of it more diverse even than we were before, but that risk has been mitigated very much by this big European support program. Also, it seems to be the case that in reaction to the pandemic, Spain has done away with some plans to undo the labor market reforms of the previous governments, which have helped Spain a lot. So there is now less risk of watering down previous reforms in Spain. In Italy, ultimately the question is, does the country raise its trend growth or not? And in that respect, a little nudging from the EU, from Brussels, to now do administrative reforms, judicial reforms would be good. France under Macron is on a pretty good track. Greece is on a good track. So I think if Italy uses the opportunity provided by the European money to do a bit of pro-growth reforms, then after a while, when the pandemic is history, actually Southern Europe as a whole may emerge stronger, but it's less the pandemic impact. It is much more whether or not Italy finally implements some further pro-growth reforms.
So let's be optimistic and let's think that Italy is doing that and the others are also doing a bit more of reforms, but they will be all settled with much more debt. So after the pandemic will be finally over, what do you think investors will make out of Italy and the likes, given that high debt burden?
Well, it will be easy, in the sense that debt in the US, public debt, is surging much, much more than we see anywhere in Europe. So the comparison between buying a European bond and a US bond will actually look more favorable in the future. On top of that, we do have the European Central Bank, which is holding basically much of the increase in debt and which for a long time will not be selling any of that. So at least for the foreseeable future, make it the next 3-4 years, there is very little risk of a debt crisis in Europe as long as Italy does not do anything politically very funny.